Most of the IT companies that I work with, they make one of those two mistakes, or they make both of them, and this is exactly why they're not able to scale and sell their services, even they provide an amazing service. Today, I will share with you about two most common mistakes I see in the IT companies who trying to build the sales system and scale to other markets. I will show you how to recognize them, and I will explain you how you can fix them. So at the end of the day, you can build scalable system, grow your business, and get more clients. My name is Adam Skoneczny and you are watching Go Global Asia podcast. After many years helping IT companies sell and scale to the Western market, I have created this podcast to share with you what actually works. This is the podcast for professionals who want to grow their business, scale, learn about the sales, and create international collaborations. Today I will share with you about two most common mistakes. One day I heard that the biggest killer of the business, it's not about doing wrong thing. It's about doing wrong thing for extensive period of the time. And the reason, if you think about this, why the people are doing this is basically because they don't see the problem, they don't understand what they're doing wrong, and they continue doing this. There is this famous quote, I don't know what I don't know. And exactly this is what is happening in most of the IT companies. Those two mistakes are, first of all, it's related to lead generation, and second is related to the sales process. If you see or experience what I experience, if you talk with all of those IT founders, what I have talked in my life, you will see the common pattern. If I ask them, what's the problem? They say, I cannot generate lead. What's the problem? I cannot close the deal. So that's the two most common problem. And let me get very deep into those problems and I will explain you more or less how can you solve them immediately. So guys, let's start with the lead generation. When I talk with the founders, when I talk with the sales team, I see very common pattern. They say, oh, Adam, I cannot generate the leads. Basically, when I get in deeper, it's not about that they don't do enough work. They do, they work very hard, but still their leads are not coming. And usually the reason is they don't have an ICP, ideal client profile. And when I say here they don't have an ICP, I mean, I ask them, hey guys, who is your client? And they answer me, everyone. Everyone can have a software and I can build the software for everyone. This is not ICP. ICP is very, very deeply defined company that we are targeting and an avatar. So we usually do it on two levels. Now, this is the first step for you. When you have this first step, second step is to define the channel, how you reach. Because if you think about this, who is your avatar? Those avatar, they have a preferable way to reach to them. Meaning they might like WhatsApp call, they might like email, they like LinkedIn, or they like Facebook. So you need to have this avatar ICP divided by two segments or two divided in two ways. And then you need to have an avatar to be able to say, oh, this is how I need to reach that person. Okay. So let's move on. When you have your ICP, when you divide it to two parts, you need to understand that what is the channel, and the next thing you need to understand what you will offer to them. Okay, you need to, if you go there and say, hi, I'm selling software services, this is not a great idea because you jumping into the red ocean, red market where everybody is trying to sell IT services. You need to be unique. You need to think about the solution and problem. So actually, this is the next element that the most of the people missing before actually they start in lead generation. You need to list out the column of the problems that the client might have. And then when you build your service offering, it must be problem and outcome oriented. In this way, when you build a message, when you build a service offering, it's much more resonating with your clients. And guys, last thing, what I highly recommend you to do, this is kind of pro tip, before you start in lead generation, consider about creating buyer journey. This is more marketing term, but if you get deep into the steps that the buyer taking to buy your service or product, it will be much easier to close your deal, or maybe it will be much easier also to generate the leads. All right. So this is the problem number one. This is how you can solve it. And this is what you need to pay attention to. Let me move on to the problem number two. Guys, before I move on to problem number two, can I ask you for one favor? To be honest with you, it's so challenging to run this channel, and I've been doing this nearly 1 year now, and there is so little subscribers. It's one of the most challenging job I ever done in my life. So if I can ask you for a favor, can you subscribe to this channel? And this will mean a word for me. This is giving motivation to continue build this content. Thank you so much. Second most common problem when I talk to the salespeople, when I talk to the funders, and I ask them why you cannot close more clients, they will tell me that we send the proposal and then client ghosts them. Client, they don't come back. Client, they don't reply the phone calls. Client don't reply emails. This is very common issue. And the main problems here are, number one, you never send proposal. When you send proposal to the client, what they do, we actually measure it. They open your email, they go to the PDF, they scroll to the very bottom, they look at the price, they compare it with another price they got from another service provider, and they choose him based on prices, which is a huge mistake. If you do like this, clients do not understand the value of the service or product that you are offering them because they actually don't read through the whole proposal and they basically just pay attention to the price. Instead of that, you need to invite client to the meeting and show the proposal, go through the whole proposal with the client during the meeting. Sometimes, obviously, there will be kind of stubborn or busy client, let's say like that, and they will say, no, Adam, I have no time. I don't want to meet you. Send me the proposal. And that's okay. You cannot argue with the client. But what you can do, you can send a Loom video or any recording that you ask them to watch this recording before they open proposal. And in this way, you can actually sell yourself and show the value to the client of the service or product you're offering. Second thing, when you already invite the client to the meeting to show this proposal, don't use the word proposal. Again, when you talk to the client and tell them, hey, this is the proposal from my side, they already think this is something fixed. And you don't want them to think like that. What you want to think, or what you want they to think, is that this is the document that we can adjust, change, and build together service that is suitable for you. Because actually, this is the purpose. I don't sell to you something what I want to sell you. I sell to you something what you want to buy. Very straightforward. So what you need to do, you need to change your vocabulary. You need to introduce this to the client at the beginning of conversation that, Mr. Client, this is initial document that we both need to work on to get very good service for you that is suitable for your needs. How I do it, I basically tell to the client, this is brainstorming session. Okay, and when I told brainstorming session to the client, they know actually both of us need to work on this. And actually, this is the third point that I want to mention when you are having this sales process. As I told you that you are meeting the client and introducing this brainstorming session, it must be collaborative effort. Okay, you need to explain the client that my goal is build something what you want. My goal is help you to solve the problem that you have. And I don't know 100% your business. I don't know. It's so good as you know. I obviously will share my experience, but I need your input. So you create this kind of collaboration. And guys, it's not some kind of funny trick to actually convince the client and close the deal. Actually, it's the truth. What I mean, yesterday I just had a session with one of my clients, and he said to me something like this: Adam, let's build this, and then I see if it's work. If it's not work, okay, let's scrap it. And I said to him, Mr. Client, I will not build it for you. And he said, why? And I said, because in the way you explain it, it will, might not bring the value to you. And I don't want to build some service or product for you that will not bring the value. What's the point? And client said, all right, Adam, appreciate your honesty. So what's your thought? I said, let's design it from very begin in the way that we have 100% sure that it will bring the value to you. And then we sit down and go again through the, okay, how we do it? Let's do this first. Let's do that. And together in collaboration, we create amazing service. And guys, I guarantee you, if you position yourself like that, if you show to the client that you want their all best and you want them to win, they will really appreciate that. So guys, if I can tell you, in the moment when you stop acting like a vendor, but you start acting like a consultant, like a friend, like advisor, in the moment you help them to decide not to buy, that's the moment when everything will start to change. That's the moment when you actually start closing more deals. That's the moment when you grow more business from existing clients as well. Think about those two elements what I told you today, about the problem with lead generation, about problem with the proposal. Think if you are facing those issues. If yes, think about elements that I share with you. Do you implement all of those elements, or maybe you're missing something? If you find what you're missing, try to fix it. If you cannot fix it by yourself, feel free to reach out to us. Actually, we have this assessment for you that will help you to figure out where is the problem. There is a list of the questions there. You can go through those questions, and by us asking you those questions, we will bring your attention to actually the issues that your business might have. After this assessment, we can also book the free consulting session. Based on that, we can actually share with you our opinion. What is the problem in your business and how can you fix it? If you want to do it, I will leave the link below in the description section. Guys, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much and enjoy.